Why don't you go back to sucking blind Billy's dick, you fucking pussy?
You sucked blind Billy's dick, Cyraxx! Listen, all you do is project. All you do is project. But that
In the meantime, while the goblin's forced into hiding by Sally, and while we wait for the sting operation by Masshole to go anywhere, Goblin Records posted 3 videos from 2019 of Chance. And it got me thinking, I should make a video looking at Cyraxx throughout the years to see if his content changed any way at all. But however, before I do anything, I want to talk about the surplus of Cyraxx content in like 2018. Like, I know he made his first channel in like 2012, something like that. But all the archive channels blow up around, or like, they don't blow up. A lot of the videos are made in 2018. Some videos are pre-2018 that are archived, but there's obviously the stark difference between 2018. So I'm going to start there.
What's up guys, Chance here, and welcome to the first ever daily inspirational vlog. That's right, episode 1, baby. But today I want to talk about something serious that a lot of, teachers and parents don't take very serious. And that is bullying. Now, bullying comes in many different forms. It can be verbal, all the way up to physical. It's where they don't give you any choice but to fight back. And, and I was bullied throughout most of my life because of my size. And honestly, because of how I look. I'm only 5'3", so, you can imagine what it was like for me back in high school. And, as a kid, and I'm 27 now. I just turned 27 in September. So, imagine what it was like for me back in high school, having to physically fight back. But, and before I get into that, but I will admit it was very hard. It really was. It wasn't easy.
It's interesting seeing these videos from years and years and years ago where his brain paused like a 1990s computer and needs to reboot himself. It's also incredibly rare nowadays to ever see the goblin outside the attic. It almost never happens, but back in the olden days, he was allowed free reign over the 43 household. He's in the living room where he did that one dance video one time. But seeing the goblin outside the attic nearly distracted me from the fact that he was 27, still talking about high school, and how he was bullied. To be fair, he was 23. In high school, he had an extra 5 years. But that was 4 years ago at this point, and you're still bitching about being bullied. I'm not sure if he was saying he was the DK or King of Akron at this time, but if he was, his delusion truly knows no bounds. How are you going to say you're the king of a hood or town, and you're bitching about being harassed and bullied?
It's called fighting back. So with that being said, guys, sit back, relax, enjoy the video, and I will see you guys in just a little bit. Love you guys. Catch you guys in a little bit.
Yo, this is for everybody out there who's a fighter. Anybody out there who's like me. That's right, this is for you. Yo, this is what you get every single night. Always getting bullied. Here for the things I normally want to do with his life. Always contemplating suicide because of what he goes through, man. All he wants to do is lie in his bed and end up dead. All he wants to do is fight back. Doesn't know how, he's so scared, but he doesn't know how to face it. All he wants to know is why he can't shake this feeling deep inside, but yet he thinks in the back of his mind that maybe it's time to rise up and fight that life.
There's times where I forget he's supposed to be like a rapper or like a music artist. I mean, we know he's a raper in like the whole Blind Billy situation, you know, high school that he got kicked out of. But the music completely overtakes his voice. I can barely understand the lyrics, and it sounds like Maury's just ranting. I assume that wire thingy is like supposed to connect to a mic on that dresser, but it clearly doesn't work. And in all his raps, he doesn't rhyme. He like tries to like rant over a beat, as I said. But speaking of the beat, it reminds me of Lost Innocence, the time he stole a poem about a girl being sold into sex slavery or being a hooker, prostitution from her mom. It's sick shit, and he just found it randomly and decided, hey, this would be an amazing poem about SH or rap over. Also, I do need to wonder, where the fuck did he find that? Did he search up child essay story or something? How did you find that?
Anyways, y'all, everything wrong with today's generation of kids and people. Number one, y'all are not, as faithful as you guys make yourselves out to be. You sit there, you get with somebody, and then you think it's okay to have another girlfriend or boyfriend on the side. It's stupid. When you're with somebody, you're with them. You're not with anybody else. You're not with other people. You guys don't have a boyfriend or girlfriend on the side. When you're with somebody, you're with that person. And it's sad what it's coming down to these days. A friend of mine, she's into me, but she has a girlfriend on the side, which I can't be with her because of that. I'm not gonna get in the middle of that. These polyamorous or whatever kind of fucking relationship you call it, it's stupid. Why would you want to be with somebody and have another boyfriend or girlfriend on the side? That makes you look like a player. That really makes you look like a fucking player, and ultimately, in the end, a big ass idiot. Because one of y'all is gonna wind up getting hurt, and you're gonna be left with nobody.
There's no way Cyraxx's moral grandstanding about the younger generation cheating or being whores. Alright? Cyraxx, when Marty exposed you for cheating on your e-girlfriend Tangerine, you held a shit-covered stylus up to your neck and threatened to game end yourself. And also beforehand, you sent this troll girlfriend of yours a video of you shoving the same stylus up your ass and then slurping that shit Blind Billy style afterwards. Every girlfriend you've had, you've been exposed for sending dick pics creepily to other women on the side. He truly never takes his own advice. All the videos where he's talking in his grandmother's attic about the younger generation, how soft they are, you'd think he'd at least, he's not in the attic this time, but you get the point. You'd think he'd at least try to lead by example. Unfortunately, the only example he's leading in is in his father, Rupal. Also, didn't this guy harass his girlfriend or his girlfriends? The only way Marty found him was because Candle faked her death from all the harassment Cyraxx was giving her, and it got him on Juggalo Live, where Marty discovered him. The only reason Marty even knew who Cyraxx was is because he harassed Candle.
And you still stayed together at the end of the day. Yeah, I'm only 27, but this new generation of kids is so fucked up. Number two, y'all expect shit to be handed to you. And to be honest with you, one of those things is technology. Dude, when I was a kid, I was either outside playing with my friends, or I was at school 90% of the time. Granted, yes, I had video game systems like Super Nintendo and N64, Game Boy, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance and all that. But those are things that I played, when it was rainy, nasty, and you couldn't do those things. That's when I played that. All y'all motherfuckers are so glued into technology now, it's ridiculous. You guys need to step outside of that shit. Because honestly, video games ain't gonna be there your entire life. They're not gonna make you money. Unless you do YouTube and you just happen to get lucky and get over 1 million subs. But like, you know, it's ridiculous. You guys are so glued into the newest technology, the newest video games. Like, how is video... Here's my question to you. How are video games gonna help you get a job in the future? If you want a real job, go out and find a real job. Or create your own actual job that you can physically make money from, like I'm doing with music. I got my first single being put in major stores through digital distribution through lander.com within the next couple of days. Y'all sit there and say you want to do this, you want to do that, but yet you expect everything to be handed to you.
In typical Cyraxx fashion, he goes on to say how he needed to work for everything he's done, and just he was worked to the bone like a slave. But all he would do throughout his entire quote-unquote career is steal beats, steal lyrics, even stealing his name from Eric Scrublow and pretending that he did all that himself. His constant dirt face, especially in this clip, is rage baiting me because the Goblins made a whopping $10. $10 in a decade of selling his music, yet he gets to shit talk all the youngsters who want to make money playing video games, even though he himself was trying to make that look like a pillar in his vast internet career. His shitty gameplay content on Fortnite. He says how video games aren't going to be there your entire life, when all he's done is play video games, jacking off, getting eaten alive in by bed bugs in his grandmother's attic, or having his grandma apply disinfectant cream on his genitals. Also, outside with friends, raping them like Blind Billy. I'm a little like all over the place, but the younger generation expects to be handed shit for free like electronics. This is coming from the guy who's broken and bricked electronics like they were iPhone chargers. Alright. I remember back in 2025 where he got glitter bombed by Darkside Becky, and he was like so expectant of that like $1,400 and was already fantasizing what gaming PC he was gonna buy. In the 2024 Taylor arc where he was led on by that racing rig, no matter how many times he's been bricked, glitter bombed, or led by false racing rigs or gimmicks, he always buys into the next troll and just expects whatever to fall into his lap. And it makes me wonder if the Goblin's incapable of introspection. Can he not look in, connect the dots throughout his past? Yeah, that's a dumb question now that I think about it, because this is the same man who's bricked his 4th Xbox in like 2 years and some months.
You just expect shit to be handed to you and for everything to go your way. Well, guess what, dude? If you were around here in my time, and y'all pulled half the shit you pulled nowadays, your asses would be beat. Because I know I got my ass spanked when I was younger. And that's another thing, man. Y'all fucking say that's child abuse. I say that's putting your kid in fucking line. Because I guarantee you there was more ass whooping with these kids. And shit like that. Like if y'all young parents would just fucking take the time, beat your kid's ass, put him in line, be a fucking parent, half the shit they're doing wouldn't be going on. Because you guys sit there, you let these kids run around, do dumb shit, and say it's their fault. Well, guess what? It's not just their fault, it's your fault too for not parenting your kid. If you got a kid, parent your kid. Do what you gotta fucking do to parent your damn kid. Keep them in line, keep them out of trouble.
If you put half the shit I did in my time, your asses would have been beat, bitch. Cyraxx spends all his time threatening to get his trolls arrested, sometimes throwing some big bubba, prison grape time threats in there, threatening to kill his trolls, and how he'd strangle and beat their ass. wastes police resources like nearly on like a daily basis. I remember in like 2023, like he called the cops like 100+ times. Like, what do you think your ass shouldn't be beat for that? Also, wait a minute, didn't he molest blind Billy in his time and like strangle his grandma? If you can get away with molesting your blind best friend and choking out your grandma, why are you acting as if your like years were tough and hard and they would set motherfuckers straight? The goblin, oh my god, the goblin's been coddled by Sally its entire life, so he thinks he's like a veteran in a biker gang, telling a younger generation what's what, while just, you know, tiptoeing around the fact he faced 0 jail time for molestation or strangulation to his grandma.
Well, here's a little bit of fun. Don't sit there and say, and jail is one place you do jail. Fuck. I don't give a fuck if you gotta beat that kid's ass to do it. You don't just fucking sit there and let your kid run rampant in the street doing this dumb shit that can get him arrested, killed, or even in jail. And trust me, I've been to jail, and jail is one place you do not want to be. Y'all sit there and say that, and this is going out to the younger kids who think that jail ain't that bad. Well, here's a little bit of fucking reality for your asses. Jail ain't all fun and games. I've seen some shit that would make y'all look like little fucking bitches. Alright? Even though I was in for 24 hours only, I still saw more shit than half y'all motherfuckers will ever see in a goddamn lifetime. Alright? I watched a guy get beat to death. I watched a guy get dragged across the floor, bloody as fuck. I watched a guy in a fucking straitjacket get hauled off to the freaking psych ward because he was that psychotic. And trust me, y'all don't need that shit. Do I regret what I did to go to end up in there? Yes. But you know what? I learned from my mistakes. Y'all younger generation kids, y'all need to stop acting like hard asses and get your fucking head right. Before I get started though, I do want to say I did get my official gaming ID today, courtesy of my brothers Ethan and Ricardo, man, aka Yes Wolf and K9. Got the official Extreme Speeds gaming ID, boy. Right there, look at that shit. So thank you, Ethan, Rick, fucking love you guys. You guys rock. I absolutely love it. And it's glossy too, so it won't tear as easy. So that is pretty damn dope. I just got this today. It's fucking sick. And one thing I did notice is that if you guys look real closely, my buddy Slaptrain's name is like right there. I don't know if you guys see it because of the darkness, it's like right there. So shout out to Slaptrain, everybody mentioned in this thing on here, I can't really tell.
To the 0 people who are watching this shit, I still can't believe the Goblin, even all these years ago, has the balls to call out anyone for being a hard ass or fake badass, when at the start of the video, he pulls out a shitty handmade racing video game ID that has DJ Shadowblade on the name. It looks like a second grader whipped this shit up in like an hour. And then he pivots to how he saw people get beaten to death or manhandled by the like police and thrown into the hole. And you can see at the end of the clip, he's also afraid to admit that when he went to prison, Akron jail for a singular day before his mommy bailed him out, it was for strangling his grandmother for not taking him to Kansas to see a troll girlfriend. It's insane. He wasn't on the yard. He wasn't in Gen Pop. He didn't see anyone get pummeled. He didn't see anyone get shanked. He was in protective custody. And like seeing the 2023 arrest footage, he was probably crying like a baby. Even back then, or even all these years ago, he was always such an obvious liar. You can't hold up your gaming ID card and say how you're a hardened felon badass or not for like going to jail for 1 day for strangling your grandma. The video is, I can't deviate 20 minutes to each Cyraxx year. So instead I'm just going to post this and then next Cyraxx video, I'll just deviate that or just like dedicate each year and cram them into one video. This is like a little test run because I think it's going to get like 20 views because my channel's like dead as shit. Anywho, have a nice day.